Rising, welcome to Rising Rituals with Ray. So, this is a beautiful segment. Hold on, let me make sure we're live on Instagram. One moment, there we go. Okay, so this is a beautiful segment where we get to talk about different rituals in the rising. So most of the time, people just hop on their phone first thing when they get up, and that's a total Russian roulette. You check your phone, it could be good news, could be bad news, you don't know. So this is an opportunity to take the energy of your day into your control. So I just want to give you a little juice, give you a little direction, give you a little guidance, and a little focus for your day. Today, I would like to talk about language. You hear me talk about all the time the three things that create your reality is your focus, your physiology, and your language, what you focus on, right? You have like tens of thousands of thoughts in a day, right? And in that space, like what you focus on, 9 times out of 10, you're repeating these same thoughts and focuses to yourself, or these same thoughts, these same habitual thought patterns. You're repeating the same thoughts over and over and over. And what that's doing is it's reprogramming your brain. It's programming and creating these neural pathways in your conscious mind from your unconscious mind to think and behave a certain way. And then also your physiology. What is your body doing? Are you in a peak state? We talked about peak state and low states yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't know. But we talked about different states of the body. What is your body doing? Right? So when we talk about those two things, your focus and your physiology, another component is your language. I'm studying NLP, which is neuro linguistic programming. And language is what we use to explain and describe our experience. So we talked about the other day the reticular activating system, the RAS. It's a part of the brain that determines what you notice. Okay, so when you speak, there's a couple of things going on here. One, it is a signal to the brain like, hey, this is important. The RAS picks up on that information and is like, okay, Captain says that this is important. And then it assimilates to what it is that you say is important. And then it brings more of that into your reality. So, for example, when you are going through financial situations, you sitting up there talking about, oh, I'm broke, or I'll just be single forever, or I'm so stupid. The RAS picks up on that language and brings more of that energy into your reality. So that's why it is so important to watch what you say. Another thing is we are creating what's called somatic frequencies with our voice. So everything is energy. We know that, right? Everything is energy, including sound. So the vibrations that you create with your voice goes out into the ethers and creates this ripple into the space-time, and then also attracts more like energy. So if you are fearful and you just are worried about, oh, well, this might happen if I go here, or what if this happens if I go there, if your intention and your focus is on what happened on the news and so got shot, and this small child, this and this and this happened, right? And you flood your consciousness with this fear, and your words match that fear, what's going to happen is it's going to bring more situations that make you feel fearful. So your language is super important, but what they didn't tell you is that the words that you use are actually spells. The reason that they're spells is because, like I said, without you putting much effort, just speaking, you put something out into the ethers and then it comes back to you in some energetic form. So that's why affirmations and incantations are so important. A lot of us in our heads, we're saying incantations. Same spelling, different emphasis. Incantations, what you can't do, what you can't become, who you aren't, what you're not able to, and that's coming from a space of lack. But incantations, and all an incantation is something that you repeat to yourself multiple times with a level of energy and a level of um, emotion that will then bring it into your reality with much more force, right? So a lot of people utilize incantations, but I would like to implore you to use incantations. Create a saying or a mantra that is emotionally driving you towards your outcome, your desired outcome, your goal. Okay. And so, yeah, let's talk a little bit about etymology. Okay, so that is and I'll read to you scoochos. I will read to you the actual Webster definition of etymology, but how words are spells. Okay, that's where we're going to get into. So, etymology is the study of the origin of words and the way in which that meaning has changed throughout history. So, here's a perfect example, right? And the English language is pretty confusing because we have these things called, um, I can't remember what it's actually called, but where there's two words, and drop it in the comments if you know the name of this, where my English major's at. There's two words with a different spelling, and a different meaning, but it sounds the same. What is that called? Put it in the comments. But yeah, so like for example, days. Like there are 5 days of the week, right? But they got you working every day, putting you in a daze, D-A-Z-E. So there's D-A-Y-S, D-A-Z-E. And so when you attach time, and I'm so excited because on Thursday, we will be talking about the law of nature at Cosmic Convos. So definitely join us for Cosmic Convos. You know, all the links are down below. But D-A-Z-E versus D-A-Y-S. Okay, so when you are working every day and you're putting yourself in this daze, you're working till you get to the weekend, which is leaving you feeling weekend, right? So W-E-E-K versus W-E-A-K. You feel me? And then, you have to circle back and do it all over again. So it's putting you in this mindset of institutionalization. Okay, so we have to be very careful with the certain words that we use. For example, bless, B-L-E-S-S. Oh, bless you, bless you, bless you, right? Be less. That's what bless spells. Be less. So if you ever hear Sahat and myself speak, we say bliss, divine blessings, or bliss you, because we would rather you to be blissful than to be less. And here's another one: dis-ease. Dis-ease. Disease is your body at dis-ease. You're not in a flow state. When you're in a flow state, everything is easy, it's easeful, right? When you are out of alignment, that is when you develop dis-ease. Okay. Here's another example: heart attack. Why would anyone say your own heart's attacking you? Like, that's crazy, right? So there's certain things that we say on a regular basis and we don't really realize the power energetically that these words have. Okay. One of my favorite prefixes is be. Believe, become, behave. The prefix is be. First there is being. You have to be in that space. In order to believe, you have to reach into your beingness and then embody it, right? You embody that. Like, if you believe in a higher power, guess what? Because that prefix be is there, that means it exists within you. I don't know if y'all heard me on that one. I said, if you believe in a higher power, whether it be your higher self, God, the universe, Allah, whomever, in order to believe, that energy must exist within you first. It already exists within you. Okay? Become. In order to become, it must exist within you. behave or behavior. It is actions based on who you are, right? Okay. We were on, shout out Destin on the Steady Steppin' podcast. We were on the Steady Steppin' podcast yesterday. And that episode should be dropping sometime this week. But after our conversation, he calls us back and he's like, yo, I'm just driving and I was thinking about, words being spells, and I was thinking about etymology and things like that. And we were talking about constructs such as time constructs, right? So time was created to measure the span of a lifetime, the average span of a lifetime, right? And what's amazing about time is it also keeps you in that institutionalized mindset. Because how many times are you like, oh my God, I'm late for work, or I'm late for this meeting, and then that causes anxiety within you, right? It keeps you in a box. And then so he calls us and he's like, that's so crazy because time, when you spell it, it spells tie me. Tie me to this fake construct. Tie me to an obligation that is on someone else's schedule. Tie me to this box of institutionalization. Tie me. You are tied to this moment. Or sometimes a lot of us get lost in the future. That's where anxiety comes from. Tie me. You're tied to the future. Tie me to the future. Tie me to the past, right? But when you go back to that state of being and you realize that time is only a construct, in the state of the universe, there is no time. Time is not a linear thing where it's like, oh, this happened before, after. Time is a blanket of, time is a blanket of multidimensionality. And what I mean by that is the present, the future, the past, it is all happening in one moment. It is not happening in sequential order as we perceive it to be here in this corporeal form. So it's important to bring awareness to your language because they are literally spells. What you say comes back to you. That's why they say don't talk about somebody else. When you point the finger, you got 3 fingers pointing back. And it's true because the unconscious mind does not know the difference. Oh my gosh, she don't know how to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to speak that on no metaphorical individual. But when you talk about somebody else, you out here talking shit, your unconscious mind thinks it's about you. And so then the unconscious mind will bring forth more of that energy into your reality. The unconscious mind does not know the difference, right? So when they say like, I am in lakesh alakin, I am another you, you're another me, it's true. We are expressions of divinity in corporeal form, living out different potentialities. And when you forget that, you allow certain things like constructs, word constructs, time constructs, institutionalized constructs to begin to control your life. But the amazing thing about it is you are divine. If you believe in a higher power, then you must believe that that higher power exists within you. That is what the word believe means. It is already within you. Okay, so utilize your language and speak life, speak growth, speak abundance, and release lack, release fear, and release guilt or shame. Okay, because literally those words are what's holding you back from your next level of self-mastery. All right, that's all I got for y'all today. I hope that this was helpful. Drop some love in the chat if this was helpful for you. And also be sure to get our free ebook. Sahat and I, we wrote a free ebook about 7 biggest mistakes people are making after their spiritual awakening. and we give you guys hacks on how to overcome those major mistakes. And we also got some bonuses in there because we love to over deliver. So go to the number 7 spiritualmistakes.com and get your free ebook today. That's 7spiritualmistakes.com and get your free ebook today. And if you're watching this on YouTube, and if you're not watching this on YouTube, go to Collective Consciousness channel and you will find this channel. All of the links are down below on how to connect with us on Cosmic Convos and how to connect with if you would like to balance your energies and take your life to the next level. I have a 7-week journey called Let Go and Grow. And we are going live this evening at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Central Time with Destin, the host of the Steady Steppin' podcast. We got a new segment called Let Go and Flow. So join us for that, and let's talk about what flow looks like. What does flow mean? Let's align with the greater magnificence that is within us. All right, so get your free ebook today at 7spiritualmistakes.com, the number 7spiritualmistakes.com, and I will see y'all later at 4 p.m. Central. Have a beautiful, magical, and amazing rest of your day.